FXGOATS mentors, guys, and we back again. Yes, sir. Yes, guys. Today we finally on our psychology lesson. You're gonna learn the psychology of a winning trader. Yes, sir, guys. Usually we're teaching you guys on how to trade. The most important part about forex trading, how to grow an account. As you guys know, a lot of people are able to trade, but they're not able to use their trading abilities in order to make money. You're gonna have better decision making, thinking process, risk management, and overall have better performance. Please make sure to watch the video up until the end. So let's go to mentors. Let's go.
Hi there, everyone. Firstly, I would like to welcome you guys to the last chapter, which is chapter 3. As we've explained gradually through the course, you know that chapter 1 is basically preparing you before we teach you all the knowledge that we've learned, which is now preparing you mentally on how to approach our knowledge, which is the technical skills that you now have installed in your brain. Now, chapter 2 was preparing you in terms of giving you all the skills that we know, in terms of making sure that you practice enough in order to master the technical skills so that you are able to trade like we do. We're basically helping you learn how to better predict the market, as that's the skill that's required in order to trade. Now, the reason for the last chapter, guys, you have to know that after everything that we've taught you, you still need this chapter, which is preparing you mentally before you enter the markets with a real account. You have to know that, guys, whatever you've learned, all the things that you have learned will still make sure that you're going to be tested by the market, right? Forex trading, you have to understand that it's a whole journey. Forex trading is not a trick that you learn. It's a set of skills that actually gradually increase with practice over time. You have to know that what you've learned is knowledge. However, if you're going to rely on the knowledge alone, you have to know that knowledge alone is dead. The only way for the knowledge to be effective to you is if you apply the knowledge, right? Knowledge applied is when it's effective, but knowledge alone won't give you anything. You have to make sure that the knowledge that you have learned has been tested. You've been testing this knowledge so that you can actually understand how it works in the Forex market, guys. So let's look at simple things. Let's look at where you are right now. Do you think you are in the same place that you were at when you started? Because this is what will happen when you trade Forex. You're going to have a perfect setup. You're going to have your account funded. You're going to have good days. You're going to have great days. You're going to find yourself in a position where the market is following all your rules, but you still lose. You still blow your account. It's normal, guys. This is Forex trading. Forex trading doesn't care how smart you are or how skilled you are as well. You need to know that the last factor is going to be your emotions. You need to know that the ones who are going to be winning a lot are not the ones that are going to be highly skilled in just trading, but also the ones who are highly skilled in terms of discipline. Discipline plays the biggest role when you trade the Forex market. You have to understand that, because you're going to be tested most of the time. You're going to be tested to see that you rely on your strategy. In order for you to be successful, you have to make sure that you don't rely on your emotions, on how good or bad you feel. You need to rely on your strategy. You need to make sure you apply what your strategy has taught you, because you'll get to a point where you're having a great week. You're going to be winning basically the whole week, and that will go straight to your head. Your wins will go through your head and you're going to feel like you're a god. The following week, you might end up having a bad week. On a bad week, normally it would be market conditions, of which I'm going to talk about them in a few minutes. So you're going to see that at a support, the market will sell. At a resistance, the market will buy. And you're going to end up losing. You're going to feel like you don't know anything. You're going to feel like all the knowledge that you've learned is now not working for you. The losses will go straight to your heart. It's going to affect you mentally. It's going to affect you emotionally. And you're going to end up over-risking and blowing your accounts, especially if you're trading a real account. You're going to end up opening many trades on a real account and end up blowing it. So here's some few tips that I would like to share with you. First of all, don't let wins go to your head. Secondly, don't let losses go to your heart. You have to know that you're a trader. You can lose. There's a possibility of you losing. You need to stay humble. The market will humble you. Losses are part of the journey. Basically, losses are there to remind us daily that we need to keep on learning. That's why even at this stage, we ourselves are still tested. It doesn't mean that in any profession, once you reach the highest level, you'll always win continuously. That's not growth. Growth goes like this. You have to win, lose, win, lose. But let's look at people who are playing soccer. It doesn't mean because you're playing soccer, you win all matches, right? It doesn't mean if you're a singer, you'll always be nominated #1 for the Oscars. No, you're going to go through times where you're tested, but as long as you keep on going, as long as you keep on pushing, that's how you'll succeed, guys. The Forex journey is something that is very unique. When we started, almost everybody we knew was discouraging us, which is something that you're also going to go through as well. You're gonna find a lot of people telling you to stop this because they want to see success fast. Nobody wants to wait the period that's actually required in order to reach success. Somebody will tell you that they're trying, but in the 6 months that they were trying, they've only had a month of actually effective work, of which it requires almost close to 6 or to a year of effective working in order to see the results. So are you gonna wait the actual period that's actually needed in order for you to find the right success? So now guys, as I've said, I was gonna tell you about market conditions, right? So this is the last thing that you need to know when you trade the Forex market. You're gonna see that once you trade the Forex market, you're gonna be trading with different market conditions. There's gonna be trending weeks. That's when the market is respecting most of the strategies that we shared with you. That's when the market is buying the support. That's when the market is setting its resistance. There will come weeks like that where you're gonna be winning a lot. It's called a trending week. That is a week that you trade a lot, right? And nextly, you're gonna go through what we call a choppy week. That is when the market is not respecting setup, which goes hand in hand with there's time to trade and there's time not to trade. On every month, there's NFP. That is the biggest news that affects the dollar, which is called NFP. It happens every Friday of every beginning of every month. So you have to know that every Friday of that week therefore becomes NFP week. Meaning on that week, the market tends to be choppy. That's when most people lose money because market makers, of which those are the people who control the market. And it's not specific people, it's just separate banks on different places. I think there are about 7 private banks that actually move in the market. Apart from other participants that we have, which is the traders and the big financial banks, right? So you're gonna see that during that NFP week, the market's gonna test you a lot. The market is gonna make sure you're trying to get off track. You're gonna feel like you know nothing. You're gonna feel like the strategy is not working for you, which is not the case. If you're going through that, you need to go to a demo account, practice until you gain the confidence. If you're trading a real account and you feel compromised, you feel like that it's not working for you, you feel like something is off, you feel like you're not reaching the level that you need to still go back to your demo account until you gain that confidence, until you see what you've been doing wrong, until you've seen that you've gained your confidence once again. That's when you go to a real account. You need to make sure you're regularly going to a demo and a real account to make sure how is the week affecting you so that you always stay in your best performance. So in terms of a trading week, that is when the market is expecting you a lot. Normally, a trading week happens after NFP week, which is the second week of every month. Second week, third week, and fourth week are usually better weeks to trade. Sometimes the last week can be bad, but it depends on which time the market is because there's also fundamentals that you need to check. We're gonna give you guys places where you can look for fundamentals, of which those are the things that you need to look at as well when you trade the Forex market. Now, the last message that I'm leaving you guys, you have to know this. Forex trading is a journey. Look at all the practices that you've had. They've still moved you guys. You're not seeing, but you're actually moving. This is a tree. You are building your own tree, guys. You're building your own journey. Do you think by the time you started, do you think that you still had this knowledge? You have to test the knowledge. You have to move. You have to go through the stage until you actually move forward. This is something that you have to go through. You're not going to see the growth. You're going to find yourself in the growth. That's how it works like. What is the last thing that comes out of a tree? Fruits. You have to know that the last thing that comes from a tree is the fruit. So what can we take from that? It means you have to go through all the seasons when you're building a tree. You're going to go through the winter season. You're going to go through the spring season. You're going to go through the summer season. And you're even going to go through the autumn season. All of those seasons will be shaping you in order to make you ready, in order for you to reap off the benefits. To see us in this position, whereas you're always learning even at this level, is because we've also learned what is required in order for us to be in this position. When we see a loss, we know that this is a loss. This loss is not saying that I'm not a good trader. This loss is saying that I need to improve something. I need to look what's happening. I need to be sure that the knowledge that I have, the skills that I have are still relevant and I can properly apply them to the market. So you have to know that you're going to go through good weeks and you'll go through bad weeks. Don't let the bad weeks fool you into thinking that you're not a good trader. You have to know that that's a wake-up call. That's when the market is telling you, wait, learn first. Go back to your charts. Look at what you have. You don't have to add more. Look at what you have. Look at what you've got. Practice what you have in order for you to improve. It's not always about adding new information that will mislead you. What you have is enough. You need to work on it until you actually understand how the market works and how to apply the knowledge that you've learned. And you'll see, guys, from now on forth, your journey in terms of forex trading will change for the better. For now, I'm done with the first message, guys. Ready to see you on the next one. FXGOAT, signing out.
Hi there everyone, this is FXGOAT, your mentor, and today guys, I basically want to explain to you about what is required to be a forex trader. Do you know, in this world there's different types of jobs, there is being a teacher,
being a doctor, being a lawyer. Those are all different types of jobs. And also being a trader falls under different types of jobs. So what I've realized was we can all be the same thing. However, Forex catered for that. You know, in terms of Forex trading, you can be a Forex trader in a different way. You can be a scalper, you can be a swing trader, you can be a sentimental trader, you can be any type. There's only one thing that can separate you from being a trader and any other type of job. You know, to be a trader, you need to be someone who is very teachable, someone who has a hungry spirit, someone who wants to be an entrepreneur. A Forex trading job is more of an entrepreneurial job. It's more of your own job. You have to grow it each year. So basically, you cannot say that you want to be a Forex trader and then you have weak will. What I mean by that is that someone who gives up too quickly. You can't be a Forex trader and be someone who gives up too quickly. It's impossible. It can never happen. As long as you know that you want to be a Forex trader, you must be prepared to work extra hard. For example, Forex trading is so selfish to such a point that if you only want to quit your job and go to Forex trading as an escape, you're going to lose drastically. You're going to lose so bad that you're going to hate Forex trading. Why? Because you can say that you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to be successful in your first months, but how can you go about making it different? How can you basically go about changing the stats of people always losing 90% of the time? This thing is basically a job and you are an entrepreneur. So to grow your job, you know that if you have a small business, you have to focus on making small profits. So knowing that you are making small profits, you must have the ability to not give up. You know, if you make 1,000 a day, it can be 1,000 rands or $1,000. You can make 1,000 every day to keep the hunger away. So you can basically do that by saying this. You can have your own targets a day. Because I have a small account, I have a small business, I can say, for instance, let's say I have a $100 account. You want to grow it. Your weekly target for $100 account would be approximately doubling it. Would be making another $100, or it can even be as small as $50 a week. A person who has even less risk involved has more chances of winning. The bigger the risk you impose on your business or your account, the more you expose it to blowing. You can only start risking your business when your business has grown, when your business has sustainability, when your business is now stable. That's when you can say, I'm taking this money to risk, because if I blow this money, I can continue tomorrow with another money. So now let's go back to the $100 account. Let's say you grow that account to basically 500 USD. Now from 500 USD, your account moved from a small account to basically a medium account, meaning that now you can change your targets, your ratio of how much you wanna win in a week. It can now move from basically $50 to $100 a week to now being approximately $250 a week, or even doubling account. But I won't basically advise you to try to double 500 USD account in a week. However, you can try to double it in a month. It can be 3 weeks in a month. You can make 200 the first week, 200 the second week, 100 the last week, and that's how much now you've doubled the account in a safe, progressive manner. That's how you should approach your business. That's how you should approach your accounts. You should treat your accounts as if it's your business. Forex trading is an entrepreneurial business. As long as you're a Forex trader, know that you are an entrepreneur. You are someone who's going to work on your business. And it's simple, guys. The bigger account you have, the bigger the profits you're going to make. You must know that before you quit, you're going to have to die first. Like, you will never quit until you make it. That is the most important mindset to have as a Forex trader, that you will never quit until you make it. My last tip I would give you guys is that if you're a Forex trader and you're seeing other people posting big results on social media, don't compare yourself to them. Whatever anyone else is doing is their business. Don't let outside noise cloud your judgment. There's a lot of Forex mentors out there that mislead people. And I want you guys to be able to tell between an important information and just mere information. You know, there's a difference between that. And then you should know that there's different types of traders. But as FXGOATS, we'd like to put the mindset of progressive traders. Traders that always think long term, because long term is more of longevity. It's safe to always think of the long term side than what you can make in quick profits. Because once your business has grown, once your accounts have grown, you're gonna have multiple accounts. You're gonna learn how to grow an account in a right way. You'll never blow an account if you always minimize your risk. To all the traders out there, guys, always remember, we are all entrepreneurs. If you're making 1,000 rands or $1,000 a day, just know 1,000 a day keeps the hunger away. This is FXGOATS, your mentor. signing out.
Hi everyone, this is FXGOATS, your mentor. Guys, welcome to a mindset hacking session. So basically guys, this lesson is one of the most important lessons which we're going to be dwelling deeper on it and actually explaining furthermore the experience you're going to have towards your trading success. So without any further waste of time guys, let's jump into the slides, shall we? So these are basically acting as a rule towards your trading success. So if you can understand these 5 points, then you have set yourself to the financial success in the trading markets. So it is so called balancing your emotions in line with trading. Point number 1, when it comes to trading Forex, you will encounter a lot of emotions. For these emotions to be easily controlled, you have to understand that trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So people need to erase this mindset, because this is the mindset that actually traps a lot of people. People are here just for quick bucks. People are here because they have these life goals such as buying cars, buying houses, and they only want that in a short period of time. Forgetting that, point number 2 says this: understand that trading is an investment and not a gamble. Most of the people don't understand that. When they join into trading, they already start trading your live account. Like, how can you want to invest in something that you don't even know? So people underestimate the power of actually learning how to trade before being an actual professional trader. So that's very, very important. Point number 3, always use proper risk management. You know, as a person who has a business mindset, you will understand that when you're investing, investments are actually returns after a long period of time, of which can be only applied when you use proper risk management. Bear in mind, there's different types of traders. We have swing traders, day traders, scalp traders, positional traders, and fundamental traders. So you need to find what kind of a trader you are for you to be able to apply proper risk management within the type of a trader you are. Focus on pips, not money. So people don't understand the most important thing, that money has to be the last thing you ever think about. What's most important is you focusing on your learning journey, which is going to set you up for greater success, because we believe that if you less focus on money, money follows you. But if you focus more on money, money runs away. Last point, it's most important to have a minimum of $100 USD account when starting to practice your Forex psychology. Remember guys, don't expect the holy grace practicing with the $20 account. Trust me, it's gonna blow. So what's mostly important, a $100 account guys will help you to actually see the progress of trading. You cannot want to practice psychology with a big account, because what happens if you lose it? So we actually recommend that you start up with a small account, for that when you have blown it, at least that you have blown a small account, not big money. Because let's remember one thing guys, where there's money, there's a lot of emotions. We need to put in our mindsets and our minds that these 5 rules act as part of us succeeding into trading. Emotions that impact traders. We basically have 4 emotions that actually impact Forex traders. Number 1, we have doubt. Most of the time when people start seeing losses, they actually start to doubt their entries, start to doubt their analysis. That's when they start to compare themselves with other traders. This mindset is wrong. What you need to remember is that trust in your own judgment. It's very important guys to believe in your own analysis, have faith in your own entries. You have to remind yourself that your opinion matters, which is very, very important guys. Remember, there's a time where the Forex market needs to take away from people, but there's a time where the Forex market needs to give to people. But at the end of the day, what I love is that guys, you need to be ready for the learning curve. which is one of the most important thing that's going to set your mindset to a right state of understanding that Forex is a business. It's not a gamble. It's an investment and not a gamble. Emotion number 2, fear. I normally say that fear is false evidence appearing real. So fear occurs both in losses and in profit. So there's something that we discovered as FXGOAT, that there's 2 things within the fear emotion. There's pending losses and there's pending wins. Let's firstly start with pending losses. Point number 1. Pending losses are actually running losses on an active trade. This means that immediately after you have placed a trade, that is when you're going to see the rates on the trades you just placed. So this is the beginner's mindset. People think automatically after placing a trade you need to be in profits. They don't understand there is what we call pending losses, or to say drawdowns. Point number 2. Understand that as long as the trade hasn't hit SL, which means stop loss, or manually closed in losses, it is still a pending loss, not a loss. You can only, guys, say it's a loss after the trade has been closed, but as long as it's still running, it's still a pending loss. Point number 3. Not all trades will automatically be in profits after opening a position. Understand, it requires patience to see profits. For an example, let's make an example about the trades we placed previously. Okay guys, so as you can see, we have been holding an Euro CAD. As you can see, we've been holding Euro CAD since the topest point on a 4-hour time frame. It's going to appear quite clearer, and also over here we're looking for continuation sell since we had an impulse move, a correction, an impulse move and a correction. As you can see guys, we are running on 7,400 profit. It's a real account, as you can see. So yes sir. Okay guys, so I'm gonna actually show you something. As you saw when the video started, I actually showed you when I was analyzing EuroCAD and also the other pairs. So right now, as you can see, we are running on profit of 10,000, basically 11,000 US dollars on a deposit of a 50,000 US dollars. Proper risk management, guys, is really important. As you can see, this is a real account and it's from my broker in the South African country. So yeah guys, this is my broker. We're running profit right now. As you can see, we've been on this trade ever since, guys, and we're still looking forward to going with it down as it brings us a lot of profit. So yes sir. It clearly makes sense that, guys, patience is required for you to see progress. Pending wins. Running profits on an active trade. What you need to understand, guys, is that in as long as the trade hasn't hit your take profit, which is TP, or manually closed in profits, it's still a pending win, not a profit. It is important not to stay greedy. Neither is still important not to close trades early. Therefore, it is advisable to always moderate your stop loss above entry or below entry, depending on a position you have set. It can either be a buy or a sell. So this emotion is actually one of those trapful emotions that actually set back people's success to a point that when they're not seeing progress towards their active trading, they never want to trade again. So if you can understand that there's what we call pending wins and there's what we call pending losses, you're going to be able to set yourself up for success. Revenge. Revenge occurs after experiencing immediate losses in the markets. What I mean by immediate losses is basically when you're looking at the charts, you just placed trades and automatically they hit your stop loss. Imagine how would you feel? The thought of money being lost is freaking you out. Understand that the market can turn at any point at any time. But remember, discipline is crucial. Never approach the market as if it owes you money. Otherwise, you're registering your cautiousness to a mindset of blowing accounts. After experiencing losses, move away from the markets. That is going to help you calm down so you can review why was it a loss so you can improve. And B, what you can't review, you can't improve. So this is one of the most important emotions that you need to understand, that it actually also works hand in glove with fear. So this is the mindset of a beginner. Normally I like saying or making an example about a brother and a sister when they both fighting. So what happens when a brother and sister, they are both shouting at each other? The sister says this, blah, 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 blah. The brother says this, no, sis, you, blah, 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 blah. What happens on that? Does that mean they're going to reach a conclusion? No. You know what's the reason? When we are both on fire, we won't let the fire to come down. We won't shut down the fire. Now think about this. Imagine if both fires are actually clashing on each other. That means it's going to explode. There's going to be a big flame. But what if one flame moves away? The other one is going to come down. That's what happens. Even on a brother and a sister. When a brother consistently clashes on her sister and the sister clashes on the brother, they won't reach any conclusion to solving what's making them to argue. But imagine if one person moves away and comes back when they've came down. What's going to happen? They're going to be able to solve the problem. That is how you need to approach trading. Immediately after you experience a loss, move away from the market, shut down all the PCs, shut down all the phones, move away from anything related to Forex. Because we have been there, we know the feeling, we understand how it works, and we know how it attacks. Bear in mind, what you can't review, you can't improve. After every loss, move away from the markets, come back when you have calmed down, and then review what happened so that you might learn. It might as well help you elevate your skill. Greed. This is one of the most dangerous emotion, guys. You need to understand it's one of the most dangerous emotion. The reason why it's most dangerous is because it occurs on both wins and losses. So this is what people didn't know. We have two types of emotions under the greed emotion. So there's greed in losses and also there's greed in profits. Let's firstly start with greed in losses. Holding on a loss, hoping the market is going to turn in your favor. Stacking buys or sells on a losing trade. Consistently moving your stop loss below or above entry and not allowing the market to indicate that you are wrong. So here's a hack. You cannot place a trade and never put a stop loss. Because when you're not putting a stop loss, you are setting up yourself towards blowing an account. Never hold on a position knowing very well your analysis was invalidated. So this is what people do. People tend to hold on wrong positions or wrong trades for a long time and tend to close the right positions at a short period of time. People tend to add more trades on a losing trade, not even seeing progress, not even reviewing. You're setting up yourself to blowing an account when you do that. Consistently moving your stop loss above or below entry on any position is wrong. Allow the market to tell you you were wrong. You were totally wrong. Once your stop loss is hit, review what happened. You're gonna learn a lot from doing that. Greed in profits. Holding on a scalp entry, wanting to swing it by force. That's most of the things that people get trapped onto. Some people don't understand the overall directions, the same way as they don't understand the short-term directions. So this is what people need to understand. The most important thing is know the time to scalp and the time to swing. If you're looking at the bigger picture, of each structure. Maybe let me say we're using an example of a bull. We know we buy low and we sell high. Now, what if the market has reached the lowest low? That's when we're going to be looking for buying opportunities. That means what? It can be a swing trade because it occurred on a bigger time frame. We're going to be looking to swing it up until it reaches its highest high. But now let's go on an overall sell, but a short-term buy. Some people would force a short-term buy on an overall sell, which is one thing that's setting them up for blowing accounts. Overload sizing, high leveraging, and high position trading. So people tend to become greedy, especially when in profits. For an example, on a $100 account, when you place a trade with 0.01, and then you see the trade is going your way, now you start stacking up trades with a bigger lot size, not understanding that there's time to scale in and there's time to be patient. Keep using proper risk management. It's very, very important. In conclusion, when trading Forex, it is always important to understand that it is 20% technical and 80% psychology. Forex is presented on the charts, but however, it is psychologically related, meaning it is about what you think, how you approach, and your positivity mindset. Being a trader is not just about formulating better strategies and performing more intensive analysis, but it's also about developing a winning mindset. For an instance, remove all these emotions as I've taught you guys how to overcome them. Once you overcome these emotions, you are setting up yourself up for financial success in the trading markets. What separates a winning trader from a losing trader is their psychological mindset. A lot of people don't understand that. The few traders who win the art of trading are those who have developed the appropriate psychological mindset that enables them to be consistent winners. Lastly, there are certain beliefs, attitudes, and psychological characteristics that are essential to conquering the world of trading. After watching this video, guys, go back to the first introduction where we explain the 7 principles of mastering trading. This will help you a lot to remind yourself about the beliefs you need to have, the attitude you need to have, and the psychological characteristics that will be essential for you to conquer the world of trading. Nonetheless, guys, this is FXGOATS, your mentor. Thank you very much.
Okay guys, welcome back once again. This is your mentor FXGOATS. What I'm about to share with you guys is what I think is the most important thing that you need in your Forex journey. These are the things that helped us a lot in order to reach this level, and I believe by sharing with you this information, it will also allow you in order to become a profitable trader tomorrow. So let me first start with the most important one: failure. Guys, especially people who are going through the learning phase, you have to know that once you are in the learning phase, you will never succeed more than you fail. That is not how it works, guys. You have to fail. You're gonna see that you're gonna have everything on check and still fail. This is an industry where you're gonna have money, you're gonna have everything funded, but you still lose because you need to go through that stage. Failure is a wonderful teacher. The only way to really learn the information that we've taught you is that you need to go through failure first. In order for you to learn how to basically properly apply this knowledge, you have to go through failure in order to know that what you were doing wrong so that you can actually improve with time. So you have to know that, guys, failure is one of the most important things. You will never succeed more than you fail. Let's look at the best basketball player in the world, Michael B. Jordan. He has took 946 shots, 946 winning shots. Just take a guess. Take a guess how many of those shots actually were successful out of 946. Take a guess. You want to know how much it was? 146. He actually missed more than 700 of his shots So what can you take from that, guys? You have to know that in order for you to be an expert in a field, in order for you to be the best in any field, you have to fail more than others. Meaning that every time you're failing, you are learning. Every time you're going through a fail, it's not that you're not good. It's a phase you have to go through. The only true way to learn is by failure. So if you failed 700 times, you've actually learned 700 times better than others. You know what I actually appreciate? I appreciate slow learners. You know, if you're a fast learner, it's actually good. But I recommend you start practicing more. But if you're a slow learner and you're continuing to fail, by the time you get it right, no one is going to be able to stop you, because you're going to get the basic fundamentals that are needed to actually master each craft that you take your time to master. So now the second one, don't depend on trading only. Guys, you have to understand, you are still in your learning phase. Don't try to basically put everything on your trading journey. You have to know that you're in the learning stage. Just like anything in the world, if you want to go to learn something, you need funds in order to fund your career. Same applies for trading. Don't ever leave your work because you're not ready yet. Don't ever quit school because you're not ready yet. You only leave your work and quit school once you've reached success, once you've hit over a bar, which is 1 million. That's when you can actually leave everything else, because now forex trading is basically funding your life. First thing is what? You're gonna fund your career first. You're gonna go through many losses. We have blown over 100 accounts, but all that money is now back, and we're even making it 10 times more. But what do you have to go through first? You have to go through the losing stage first in order for you to make it. So that's another thing that you guys need to learn. You have to know that as long as you're a trader, you need to still have a job. You need to still have a hustle. You still need to have something that you're going to work on the side that's going to help you fund your forex trading career, because you're going to lose a lot along the way. But tomorrow you're going to make 10 times more than you lost today. Always remember that. So now, the last one, which is the most important that I believe, that is the change of environment, guys. Sometimes the problem is not you. Sometimes the problem is your surrounding. Many people want you to achieve success faster to satisfy themselves, and which is not about you. You have to know that just like learning anything else, trying to get a degree, trying to become a master's, you're going to have to go through the stage, through those years of learning. Don't let anyone rush your success. It will come at its own time. It will come from every level that you go through. You have to know that in order for you to reach the top level, you're going to go through different stages, and each stage will take a different period. Some will be quicker for you to learn, some will take longer to learn, depending on how long you take to learn them. You have to know that every mistake you make in Forex, you pay with money. Every mistake that you have to learn, you will repeat it until it's actually learned. So one of the most difficult things that people need to learn is discipline. Many people fail to apply discipline, and they repeat that mistake multiple times until they learn it. You will see that once you get your discipline, guys, once you get the discipline to stick to your trading rules, whether the market is respecting or not respecting your setup, that's when you're going to actually reach success in the forex industry. So in terms of change of environment, we recommend, if you can go visit somebody you know for a few years or months, we recommend you losing a few friends if possible. You're gonna know that once you start this journey of trying to be something out of your life, you're gonna lose many people. The moment you start losing people, it's not that you are better or anything else. It means you believe in a concept that you see. You believe in your dreams. Many people don't believe in their dreams, and they're trying to drag you down with them. Distance yourself from those people. If you need to lock yourself up more often, do so. You need to change your environment to make sure your environment is the one that allows you to grow. And in terms of change of environment, guys, which is the most important that you need to know, think about this. If I take a baby whale and I leave it in a jar of water, it will grow to the limit of the jar. But if I take it to the sea, it will grow up to 20 inches or more. You understand? The change of environment is what allows you to grow to that extent. You need to put yourself with the sharks in order to be at that level. So you have to know that in order to reach us, your dreams have to be bigger than us as well. You need to be able to dream big as well, guys. So change of environment means change of your mindset. Once you allow yourself to change, once you allow yourself to not let anyone take you from what you believe, that's when you've succeeded. Once you get your mindset right, that's when you're good. And with just those 3 codes, our life changed. And I believe your life will change too as well. FXGOATS Your Mentor, signing out. Hi there everyone. This is FXGOATS Your Mentors. Today I will be giving you tips and codes that I used when I was on my come up. Basically, these are the things that helped me, pushed me to become successful today. Because we've realized that if, let's say, for instance, you're a forex trader, you believe in forex trading, you learn forex trading, but you fail, you're gonna ask yourself, what is going to help you basically continue? So this is what we used to help ourselves continue believing in forex trading and having the will of not giving up. I'll read out the quotes that we used when we're basically on our way to becoming successful traders. The number one reason traders surrender to emotions is the fear of losing money. Let me repeat that. The number one reason traders surrender to emotions is the fear of losing money. That is the big mistake that we face as forex traders. We know that in order for you to be a profitable forex trader, you must be able to detach your emotions from forex trading. So now, if already money itself involves your emotion, it will be very difficult for you to do that. However, we have found a way to combat separating your emotions and money from forex trading. So there's the solution. The goal of a successful forex trader is to make the best trades. Money is secondary. Meaning that if you want to basically learn how to detach your emotions from your trading account and how to basically stop losing and involving yourself and surrendering to your emotions with money, is that you need to not involve money. Simple as that. Let me go deeper and explain what I mean by that. Because we knowing that money is secondary, you're going to have to focus on pips. You're going to have to focus on the process. You're going to have to focus on your best trades. You're going to have to focus on things separate from money. From now on, when you're going to approach forex trading, money will be the last thing on your mind. This is the best approach that we used on our journey to becoming successful. When we used to have our accounts, we used to not focus on how much we're making in a week, but exactly how many trades we've taken a week. How many trades were successful, how many trades were not successful. Basically, how many pips did we make in a week? We tried to do this because we wanted to separate ourselves from money. We wanted to basically not surrender to emotions by involving money in our forex trading journey. Because the moment you involve money is the moment you're going to fail. Because you're saying, I'm losing this much, I want to gain this much this quickly. As simple as that, you're already involving your emotions and you're failed in forex trading. So here's the tip. Focus on your trades, focus on your progress, focus on your results, focus on the pips, and be away from the money. And that is the first step you're going to have into becoming a successful trader. Now let me go to the second quote. Just because it takes time to become a professional trader, it doesn't mean that it's impossible, which is true. Just because it takes time, guys, it means that you must believe in hard work. You must believe in hard work and hate the word luck. Never use the word lucky when it comes to forex trading. Because if you are lucky, then that means you don't work hard. In order for you to be successful, you must know that you are never going to give up. You know that this journey is a hard journey and it requires me to have a very disciplined mind, a very disciplined focus that I'll never give up, and this journey is not for the weak-hearted. Because understanding, guys, in order for you to become part of the 2%, you must be able to not give up. Because the 2% doesn't give up, the 2% doesn't quit. We are the 2%. We do this on a daily. We started as hating it, right now it's our life. We enjoy it. There's nothing else we want to do apart from forex trading. That's what Jenny does to you. You're going to start hating it, and the moment you become successful from it, you're going to fall in love with it. So already skip the process of hating it. Already start loving it, because you are going to benefit the loss from loving it. Losses affect traders' patience, and the result may be harmful. So basically, take a break when things move wrong and focus on the end goal. Remember that setbacks lead to comebacks, okay? So what do I mean by losses affect a trader's patience? This is what I mean. Let's say, for instance, you say you have your weekly to monthly targets. During those targets, and then you see that you're approaching your target and it's almost the end of the week. And then just because it's that close, you try to over-risk and you take big losses. Many people, after taking big losses, they lose the patience of saying this was my target. Just because they've lost this much, they're trying to make it back in that moment. They want to make it back that quickly, and immediately you have lost patience. because you're now trying to revenge. You're trying to basically move outside your plan. Learn that losses shouldn't affect you. Never let losses become a big deal in your forex trading journey. Know that losses are part of forex trading, and know that losses will make you become impatient because losses can involve your emotions. But the moment you have learned how to detach your emotions from your trading, losses will never harm you. Let's continue. If you place a trade and you can't move from your cell phone or your laptop, it simply means that you are over-risking your account and you are afraid to blow it. It is simple as that, guys. If, for instance, I enter trades on my phone and I put my phone down, I close it and I try to move away and I'm unable to do so, it only means that the risk I've taken on my phone is basically preventing me from leaving behind, because I know that if I leave my phone, I might blow. That means I'm over-risking. If you enter a trade and you can't move away from the trade, it means that you know that trade has over-risk on it. The risk is so much that you cannot see if it's going to blow. You have to see whether you're going to lose or win and close it immediately. And that is very wrong, guys. Never enter a trade that's going to put you in a place whereby you can leave your phone alone. Because remember, patience is the first thing that you need to learn as a forex trader. When you enter a trade at a specific time, you must know at what time are you going to check your trades. The time that you enter your trades won't be the same as the time you're going to check your trades, because you must give the market enough time to move. You must give the market enough time to complete your setups. You need to understand that when you enter trades, you must be able to move away from your trades, do whatever you want to do, and come back later to see whether they're successful or not successful. Never enter a trade and get glued to the screen. Never do that, guys. That is the first downfall to your forex trading journey. Now, here's my last quote. This is the most biggest quote that I learned with the most biggest price. Okay? The moment you get angry and frustrated by trading, know that you need to step away from your account. Why? Because already your emotions are involved. I mean, you are angry, you are frustrated. That is emotions. And remember that as long as there is emotions, you are going to basically step out of your rules. And just like that, you have lost, guys. The moment you feel like you took a big loss and you are angry, just close your trades, go away, and basically come check your trades the following day. Or you can even give yourself minutes or hours to just basically calm down. And if you can basically calm down and you want to see what happened, it's okay to trade a demo account. Even right now, at my current level, if I feel like maybe this is a choppy week, I trade on a demo because I don't want to waste my money. Remember, guys, 90% of the time must be you analyzing and looking at the market. 10% should be you taking trades. It should never be 100%. There's time to trade and there's time not to trade. And as long as you are angry, that is the most important time to not trade. You can go to a demo and basically be angry at the demo, involve your emotions, blow the demo, but leave your account. Now, once you've went to a demo account, so you've taken time, you basically now go away to build your confidence, see what went wrong, give yourself time to calm down, detach your emotions, and go back and see what happened and what can you basically learn from your loss. Remember, guys, from losses, we learn. That will be all from me, guys. FXGOATS, your mentor, signing out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. It's FXGOATS, your mentor, the almighty Jaguar. I just came here to share with you my story of how I started, how we came about into having the company that is called the FXGOATS today, which is now internationally recognized. And how did the whole thing start about? Well, I started by falling in love with Forex, but I didn't even know what was Forex at the time. So I kept on looking at these Instagram celebrities who used to post a lot of like charts and whatnot. I didn't even understand what does it even mean. But what attracted me the most was the lifestyle. When I was looking at the lifestyle, I'm like, hey, I really want to do whatever that they were doing. I really want to see those numbers that they are doing. I want to see them adding up. I want to be part of that, exactly. But the thing is now, which app are they using? I do not know. Or the smartphones that they are using, I do not have. The data of always loading those charts every day, I do not have. Then what is it that I'm gonna do? That was back in 2017 when I got introduced by the whole Forex market thing, looking at it from Instagram celebrities, which were Forex traders, not just celebrities. And then as time went on, I started like my law degree, which was like 2017, roughly about February, because like I got to know about Forex in 2017 exactly when the year started, from Instagram as well as your YouTube pop-ups. When you start to like look at the video on YouTube, there will be like those pop-ups. And then from that part, March, that's where I started like having more information because I was researching more about it. And then the field that I got into was binary options. And now most of my friends were using that thing, binary options. I didn't even know how it works. I would see that line going up. It says bid price and then ask price. I didn't even know what it means. And then I kept on looking at that, but I just literally lost interest because you remember, I went to university and I wanted to study my degree, which was law. I wanted to study my degree and I was doing very well at the time with my law degree as a first year. 2017 passed. I didn't even like know anything about Forex as well. And then 2018 comes. 2018 comes, I met Dres. Now I was living off campus. I met Dres off campus, no longer on campus. But the name of the rest was called Longfellow. First year I was in a residence called Velgalegen, which is just mainly for boys. It's only boys, there are no girls. And then second year now I'm introduced in a residence off campus where there are both boys and girls. Then I chill there, and then I meet the girl by the name of Karabo. Hey, that woman came to me, was having those charts. I'm like, I saw this thing before and I had interest on it. What is it? I asked her. She was like, hey, my brother, I'm taking signals from this other guy, of which I'm not going to disclose the name. It was like, I'm taking signals from this other guy, and I'm asking her, what are even signals? The girl was like, okay, signals are indicators as to when to enter the market and when to exit. A person creates signals so that I get to know. I'm like, okay, fine. So if I want to trade Forex, that means I must take signals. She was like, no, you can be actually a master that creates signals. I'm like, how is that possible? She was like, I know that person that does the whole creation of signals is a person who's a mentor in Forex and has found the skill to actually trade Forex and now knows what to do from that part. Then I was like, okay, fine. Now, please teach me how to trade Forex. We started from MetaTrader 4. The girl taught me how to use MetaTrader 4 and was not knowledgeable on how to analyze the market and do what, because she was only taking signals, you understand? She was only taking signals, so she didn't know when to enter and the reason for entering and the reason for so not. So then from that part, I was feeling like a Bistiniana because I was trading those demo accounts, looking at so much money there, feeling myself like, now I'm a trader, understanding the ins and outs of like placing a trade and whatnot. But the problem was I still didn't make money because I was using a demo account, not a real account. That was now not even in the beginning of the year. It was like somewhere June, July, where I was like now focusing on that. And then as time went on, it was like mid-September. That's where I decided, hey, now I'm just gonna have to go take my whole allowance for the month and go deposit it on the market. The first broker that I used was XM. I went to FNB, opened an account because I had in the knowledge that like you must open your account using FNB, so it's going to be much more easier for you to deposit on the Forex market. Then I did that. I deposited. I put my 1,800, which was my monthly allowance at the time. I put that amount all in. Guess what? Opened an account. That was my first trading account. It blew within 5 minutes because of what? I didn't know risk management. I didn't know why am I buying, why am I selling at the time and moment. However, I only knew that when the graph is at the lowest bottom, you must buy. When the graph is at the highest high, you must sell. However, I didn't check the past data to analyze everything as much as I do now to get to see whether is it really a buying opportunity or is it really a selling opportunity. The year went off, 2018 now. The year went off. And on the very same 2018, the Mabitela twins, the two twins, the other FXGOATS, they were staying the very same residence as I was. And the other thing, they were also just like 4 doors away, 4 doors away. But we never spoke the whole year. We never spoke, we never talked about Forex, we never did anything. But they were also trading at the time. I didn't even know. Okay, the following year comes, we go out to the other part, which is like, it was a school event. Now it's 2019. We go to a school event. When we get there, we party. While we are partying there on a school event, the two niggas are showing me the charts. I'm like, what's happening now? What's happening? I'm like, you guys also trade Forex, and I'm seeing so much money on their accounts. I'm like, these ones are trading demos. It's impossible. They are showing me it's a real account. I'm like, damn. No. Whatever they are doing, I must do it too. Never. I'm doing it as well. The time went on, and then they invite on Friday. On Friday, they wrote on their Instagram stories that like they were gonna be hosting a seminar in their residence. I'm out there. I'm like, guys, I'm pulling up because I also showed them that I can trade when we were on that party. I showed them that now I also can trade. I'm having like some live chatting here and I'm having whatnot. But the only difference is like they had more money on their accounts. Me, I think I was like on $150 or something and still growing that account. It was my biggest account, 150. And then from that part, I go attend that seminar. On a seminar, I already knew that I knew about Forex and they also knew about Forex. So we wanted actually to combine the knowledge that we have and actually and actually get to teach more other students about it. So what happened is we had like 10 to 12 students. We had 10 to 12 students in class. We started teaching. I did the introduction to Forex. That's why I was talking about your bulls, your bears, your what so not. People loved it. And then a day after we were now talking, guys, you saw we can teach people. What can we do? The Mavitela twins were like, dog, we have the company that is already running. It's called FXGOATS. Why don't we join and then form a company? The 3 of us start working out from there because people really loved whatever that we did. And the other thing, you are also known and people know you and we are also known. So why don't we combine the skills and work on growing FXGOATS all together? Then I was like, that's a perfect idea. I have nothing to lose. And then we decided to form another class that like on the following week, we're just gonna prepare our notes now, prepare the presentations, the PowerPoints, and then we're gonna go on campus now. Remember, we were on a residence where I was staying a year before, Longfellow, and then the following year they were still staying there. Me, I moved to on campus, so I had the biggest influence again on campus. It's my 3rd year now on a law degree. It's my 3rd year. Remember, 1st year I failed to do Forex. 2nd year, that's where I started, roughly September. Now it's my 3rd year, which is 2019. I must finish my degree at the same time. I must start with the Forex thing, which I was interested to do ever since 2016. So then I'm like, okay, fine, let me give it a chance. Let's go. And then on campus, I did the posters, I promoted, people came. That we even still have that video. It's gonna pop up right now. People came. We had more than 250 people who came to our class. Imagine, from 16 people, 250 people on campus. People who were recruiting each other. They came to our class. That's where we met Andy, the FXGOATS. You know what happened with Andy? He was the one who was like, we gave a competition. They know, like, dudes, you do this, you analyze this page. The person who analyzed very well, we're gonna mentor them. And then Andile won that competition. He was the best out of all the students that we had in that seminar. And then we did what? We were like, dude, come, we're gonna mentor you. And then from mentoring him, we were like, oh, this guy is even a teacher. He's even very good. He's catch-upping fast. He's learning information quickly. He's even coming with new ideas. Let us just form together with Andy and make up the whole company. So then we had a bit of challenges along the way, but the only thing that I will tell you that, like, it's important to work hard, to be determined, to actually also have a mentor. If you're not having a mentor, your surrounding is important. You must be surrounded by people who really want to do good as much as you do too, and people who are really determined by whatever that you're doing at the time. Like there's a saying that says, show me your friends, I'm going to tell you your future. If you're having soccer player friends, it's highly likely that you're gonna be a soccer fan or be a soccer player as well. So you guys are wondering and asking yourself questions like, why, Jaguar, did you continue trading Forex? Why did you continue trading Forex even when you were losing, even when you lost all your money from first year, from second year, the money that your parents sent you? The reason why, like I told you when I started, is like, I saw the lifestyle and I saw that it's possible that a person can do it. If a person with the same mental capacity as I am, and a person who even never went to university, a person who is a university dropout can do it, why can't I do it? Because you know what I told myself? I told myself that like, it's impossible. I'm a law student and I passed with distinctions at school and I'm very smart. That means whatever that they're doing, those people, I can do it, and I can do it even 10 times better than they can do. So that's why I never quitted even when I was like struggling the most, because there was a time where I really had nothing in life. Then I was like, no, I believe in what I'm doing. I believe that those people have two eyes as I am having. They have legs as I am having. They have a mind and a common sense. They can think. So then why should I give up now? I mustn't give up now. I must actually work hard and also master the skill, and then one day I'm gonna be profitable as well. So self-determination and actually telling yourself that you can is the one that will keep you going. That's the reason why we have lights today, because the guy that was creating the lights never actually gave up. He kept on creating up until we actually we had lights. Harry Potter was declined million times from publishing his book, but today we have so many Harry Potter books and movies that we are watching. It's not about quitting, but it's about finding a goal and actually working hard to achieve that goal and never looking at any other direction. And there was a time then when I was like, okay, fine, let me deposit for it one more last time now. Let me deposit for it one more last time, because my parents are complaining the same, I'm wasting money. My girlfriend at the time was like, dude, you are trading, but you're not making money, and people are making money out there. You are still as skinny as F, but you're saying that you are trading Forex. Like, what is it that you are doing? Then I deposited again. At that time, I was trading to prove a point at that time. However, I had the skills now, because I was knowing about proper risk management. I know about that Forex is not a quick get rich scheme. I knew that Forex is not like something that you can do overnight. It's a lifetime investment, and you must view it as an investment, not just a way of just getting rich quickly. Then that was a time where I opened an account with 4,000 Rand. That 4,000 Rand was a book allowance that I had to buy books for the whole semester with that money, but I took it under Forex. I deposited. And then from depositing, I was lucky because at the time I started trading Nasdaq. I saw buying opportunities, I bought as well. And then that was the time I made from 4,000 Rand, I made myself a 16,000 Rand. And 16,000 Rand was my first withdrawal. And when I withdrew that 16,000 Rand, I blew it. I was the happiest guy alive. That is when I was like, Bruce, Forex works. Here is money. It worked for me. This is not a scam. But here is money. This is Forex money. I was eating profits. I was like, going out, enjoying my profits. Bought myself clothes. Bought myself my first iPhone, using an iPhone 6s. From those profits that I made, and I still had more money to redeposit it again. Then I never looked back. Till today, I'm still going strong. And I will tell you that you must not give up as well. Your time is coming. You must just be determined, and you must just have a mentor, and then also be consistent, and also have a strategy, use proper risk management, always do back testing every time. Those are things that works. Back testing your strategy, checking if it really works. Those are things that really will help you to grow. Because in Forex, whatever that happened in the past, it's gonna repeat itself again in the future. So that's basically it, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for your time, and yeah, that was just me sharing my story to you, and your life can change as well. As long as you believe in yourself, it can happen.